Hi, I originally set up this tank about a year ago, and one of the plants that I bought from a local shop unfortunately had Black Beard Algae on it. I didn't notice it at the time of purchase, but it quickly became established through the tank. This was mainly on the rocks, and just being small tufts of hair, it wasn't a big concern to me. But after a period of time, I did want to make an effort to get rid of it, as I knew it would eventually become troublesome. These lava rocks were like a sponge. They were full of holes, nooks and crannies, and I really thought it would be impossible to get rid of the algae. It wasn't feasible for me to completely remove the rocks from the tank, as they'd all been puttied into place, and that was my basic effect, to have a canyon type appearance. I didn't want to lose that. I'd also noticed that on my Java moss there was another plant which was growing from it. I don't know whether it is the same blackbeard or not. It certainly appeared very quickly, because this is a very fast growing plant and it seemed to be on the new shoots as they came out. Still don't know what it is, and it's still in my tank today. Well, the treatment of choice appears to be the use of hydrogen peroxide. These bottles that I obtained have a 3% solution. I caught and removed all of the fish, and although you can treat the plants, I didn't have many, so I chose to discard them and later on transfer some cuttings from my other tank. I then gave a very liberal spraying of all the rocks, the glass and over the gravel. As I said, I wasn't optimistic, but I did the best I could. After giving it about 3 doses, I left it for 1 hour or so and then came back and flushed out the tank. After filling it up with fresh water, I put in a few more plants and reacclimatised the fish by dripping the water into their container. The treatment worked as such. The tufts of algae changed colour and did die off, but it did re-establish and came back with a vengeance. The feature fish in this tank is this crib, which loves to browse on algae from the rocks, but it wouldn't take a fancy to the blackbeard and just left it. I tried to introduce a Siamese algae eater, but unfortunately when the tank lid wasn't on properly, it jumped out and I lost it. In the months that followed, I kept it in check by using hydrogen peroxide in a syringe. This was then inserted under the water and sprayed out directly onto the algae. This gave a reasonable amount of control over it. Hydrogen peroxide is known as a bleaching agent and is often used for water disinfection. When it's applied to these rocks, as it reacts, it will slowly decompose into water and oxygen, so it's quite harmless to use and doesn't affect the fish as long as you're sensible with its use. I've since decided to stop using chemicals to control it, and now just maintain the tank with the normal regular water changes. Now I just siphon it out, as I've found that as it grows bigger, it will become easier to detach with a siphon. You can pull off big tufts with your hand. Generally it will leave a little bit behind on the rock, which will grow again, but it is a good method of control if it's not taking over your tank. I'm happy to live with it nowadays. I think it adds to the character of the tank, and it certainly hasn't become overwhelming. I don't have a lot of plants. The ones that I do have tend to be fast growing, and it doesn't get established, although it is there on the older pieces of stems. I've found that it grows very strongly if there's a good flow of water, so as a result it's mainly on my rocks on the left hand side of the tank and at the back wall, which is normally in shadow and not seen. If it finds its way into your tank, don't stress over it, just see if you can find a way to manage it at a level that you're happy with. It certainly has no effect on the fish. Thank you for watching and good luck.